going on YouTube? Everyone else who's watching, this is Calvin. How are you doing? On my way to Nationals right now, driving up from Virginia up to Pittsburgh. About halfway there, a little more, maybe a little less. As you can see, it's very early in the morning. Still have pretty much everybody in the car asleep. Up in the back seat there too. 5 people, my closest friends, all of whom are dead asleep, except for me. I'm doing all the driving, all the work. So yeah, I was giving you a heads up on the trip, how it's going. Definitely going to be good. Definitely looking forward to it. Definitely excited. Definitely trying not to die in a horrible car accident while filming this video. So, with that being said, say goodbye to Sleeping Beauty over here. All right. I know the lighting is very dim in here, but we are all. Hello. Say hi, Paul. Hello, Eric. We are all the way around the table. This is Yugioh National YCS YCS Nationals. We are at Hibachi Grill. Say hello, guys. I know the lighting is very dismal, but this is great. So we're enjoying a fine meal before our day in the tournament. See you later. What's up, YouTube? Calvin here, representing Team Troll. What you know about that? After round 1, going with a swift win. I'm better than everyone in this building. You're gonna see. Got my Dippin' Dots. Got my Team Troll shirt. We're gonna destroy everything. See you around.
Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Calvin Tahan. I'd like to start out this video by saying that I'm sorry that I haven't made a lot of videos in the past. It's been a while. Because my webcam is dead, as you're probably experiencing now. I'm recording this video using Hypercam, so I'm pretty much just, showing you Duelist Network stuff. I wish you could see me in person because I have some cool cards and stuff to show you, but it's not a big deal. As you saw from the earlier footage that I recorded from Nationals on my really crappy mobile phone camera, which I apologize for, I had a lot of fun. Nationals was great, and before I even start talking about my experience at the event, I'd like to give a huge shout out to my friend Jordan Williams, Jay from VA. He's a fellow Virginian of mine. Both of us are from Virginia, and he represented our state quite well at Nationals. He made top 16. This is his deck. It was double plants, so 42 cards, quite interesting, but the 2 tech Dust Tornadoes, he claims, are the reason he won a lot of games. He still runs Shooting Star, which is irregular for most decks out there, but that also won him tons of games. He runs both Debris and Junk Synchron. He went really hard in this event. And, I mean, I guess the aggressiveness of this deck, it doesn't even run Card Trooper, but the aggressiveness of this deck is a prime example of what you need to top a national event. It's consistent, it's aggressive, it's beautiful, and it was piloted by an excellent duelist. So, shout out to my friend Jay, Jordan Williams. For those of you who don't know him, you'll certainly see him around. This will not be the first event he tops. Shout out to you, Jay, if you're watching, which you're probably not. For those of you that know him who are watching, which you probably are, go give him a hug for me. Alright, and so now to my deck that I ran at Nationals. I ran this deck exactly how you see it. My version of Fish OTK, Fish 5.0, and I thought, I'm thinking it's going to be the final version. It ended up X3. At round 6 was where I received my 3rd loss, kind of early in the tournament. This deck isn't the most consistent of decks, and through playtesting it, I thought it would be quite consistent, at least against the plant matchup. Triple Veilers, double Crow, and a random Sorcerer thrown in there, just for tribute fodder, for synchro fodder. It was great. This deck tore it up. As you can see, there's no Moria of Greeds in this deck whatsoever. My spell lineup is very minimal compared to what it used to be, and that's partially because I was, very concerned about Naturia Beast being a threat, a factor, especially in a lot of Samurai matchups. So I tried to cut the spells all I could. I thought that Moria of Greed wasn't the most important card for me to run, because with Librarian being out and me having 2 of them, I can, if I have Reborn and Fishborg in the graveyard, I can summon a Noister. It's not a dead card in my hand. I can summon it, go into Librarian, go into Formula after that, go into Black Rose. It doesn't matter. There's so many outs in this deck, and it's beautiful. And, just the way I synchroed, what I did with it was awesome, but I didn't do that much, because there were plenty of decks at Nationals that were way, way more consistent than this deck was. I don't think I met my match player-wise. Every player I lost to I should have beaten, and I would have beaten if I ran a pretty standard deck. But I didn't run a standard deck. I ran this creation of mine, this abomination. And so that explains why I wasn't at the top tables at Nationals. I'm not even bitter about it. It was a great experience. As you can see from the footage recorded earlier on my mobile phone, I had tons of fun. So much fun was had at that event. I can't even express how much fun was had. Side events were great. I won a Win-A-Mat. Again, not a surprise there. Almost ran a regionals. Kind of wanted to. I made semifinals of it, but wasn't a big deal. I ran Black Wings. I don't care. The event was just awesome. And I'm so happy that my friend Jordan topped. That, you know, a fellow Virginian can top 16 at Nationals is just huge. Out of all the states, Virginia definitely has some of the best duelists. It's up there with Maryland, California, Texas, no doubt about it. New York, best states for best players. And so that's great. I feel that the event in total was great, and now I'd like to talk about Fish OTK, because I've had people talking to me about it, about what I think about it, about what I think the future could be. This deck, this variant that I ran, it just got outclassed. It really was outclassed by decks like Jay Williams, like Jordan Williams' deck. His deck would have destroyed mine. He would have gone Trishula all too easily. You know, his deck was just, he had made Maxi. Like, there were just decks like these, plant decks like these that are so consistently built. Even though he would have had dead cards like Death Tornadoes and MST, he still would have beaten me in the matchup. And so that's something I think Fish has to look out for, and it's something I anticipated. If you notice, I only ran 2 coelacanths because my deck can work fine with the Caius engine and with, you know, Oystermeisters going to Librarians, and it's pretty much water synchro at this point. It's not even Fish OTK, I rarely OTK, although the Gold Sharks are still in there. I'm usually searching out cards like True Nade and stuff, even Avarice or Reborn, over searching a coelacanth. So I think the future of Fish OTK has changed quite a lot. It's not the same deck that it was when I talked with it at Charlotte. The format's changed too much. It can abuse Librarian, arguably more than any deck out there, but due to the fact that it's pretty much forced to run a graveyard-reliant engine, Treeborn Frog, Fishborgs, it's going to get outclassed by cards like Change Disappearance and DD Crow, and just decks that side really well against it. However, in the next set, which comes out in August, and I'm very thrilled about, we have cards like this card hitting, this card surfacing. Select one little 3 or lower fish type monster, etc. Oh, look, an Oystermeister. Oh, look, a Snowman Eater. All these are targets. Swap Frog. And special summon it from your graveyard or fish of defense position. Doesn't say anything about its effect being negated. It just summons it. So you can, you know, pitch a swap, bring out swap, play surfacing, which is pretty much a monster reborn for any card in your deck. Summon that out. It's gonna be derp. It's gonna be nuts. So I don't want to count Fish OTK or of any Fish water synchro variants being out of the format completely. I do think that this format is very unstable. I think Librarian has to be hit to 1, if not banned completely. I'd like it to be banned completely. I even think Formula is going to get hit to 2 or maybe even 1. The card's been around for a while, and it's just been too heavy in all the top decks. Every deck that topped ran Formula Synchron in multiple amounts. I'm not too happy with the way this format's shaping up, and I'm certainly looking forward to September ban list and seeing what's going to happen. There's really not much I can say as to what I think the future of Fish OTK is. I certainly think that YCS Indy is going to be crazy, because I do think that Generation Force is legal there. If not, Columbus, which is an event I'm going to, which is in October, will certainly be crazy, although the ban list will have hit by then, September ban list, so it'll be a new format. I don't know what to expect, but honestly, the card of the format is really Reborn Tengu, and that's why Fish OTK has so much problem, because you can't really run it. I mean, yeah, you can throw that card in any deck, like, you can throw it in any deck. I don't see why Fish couldn't run Tengu. It probably could. You could probably bump up Fish to like 2 Avarice and run Tengu. It'd be consistent, but this card's crazy. It's in every deck. It really has to be, and you know, summoning Tengu at attack mode is the safest play you can make, because you're not going to get OTK'd over it. Like, there's no way to Brionic it back, there's no way to, like, attack over it and not have another one come out, with the exception of Doomcow, which, you know, if you're running Doomcow in your deck, or Watt Draft or something of the sort, you're certainly not going to be playing any OTK variants. So, it's such a safe card, and that's why plants are so consistent, because they can use and abuse this card and avarice it back in, and so, like, it's such a good deck. Plants is the best deck out there. Plants and TGs, without a doubt. They blow Samurais out of the water. Gravekeepers is a thing of the past. Even Fish OTK, which was never really a top deck to begin with, it was just one of those road decks that was always out there. Even this deck is outclassed by decks like plants that run Tengu. So that's my analysis of the meta. All I can say is Tengu, such a good card. I wish it wasn't so good. I'd like to see it semi-limited in September. It has to be. Such a stupid card. But that's what I think of the format. Sorry I don't have a webcam. I'm using Hypercam for this whole video. I deeply apologize for that. But, I mean, this is an update. Nationals update for me. Hope you enjoyed the footage.